All right, so what we are up to today on the Abandoned Evo 10 is kind of just going through, making sure all the fluids are topped off. The engine was a little bit low. In the engine, we are running 30-weight AMS oil, break-in oil. Coolant, we're running straight water right now for the time being, just so on the first start we can make sure there's no leaks. If we're all good to go there, I'll drain out the water and do the actual 50% antifreeze, 50% water mix. Transmission's all good to go, topped off there. We are running the Redline cocktail, so it is 2 quarts. What was it again? I've done it, I do it on every Evo, but I always forget. It's like 2 quarts of MTL and 1 quart of, I forget. I don't know. If you just go on MA Performance and type in Evo X transmission oil, it'll show up. It's the Redline cocktail. So that is what we are running on the transmission. We still need to fill up the transfer case, and I'm not sure I have oil here. Let's go check. Oh, here we go. We got a little bit. So Mitsubishi LSD gear oil SAE 90. So this right here is for the transfer case. The transfer case is always kind of hard to fill up. Basically what I do is I take this little pump, this guy right here, and I'll pull out the fill plug and pump oil into it until oil starts coming back out the fill plug. That's how you do the transmission and the transfer case on the Evo 10s, is you pull out the fill plug, put oil in there, and then you just let it sit till oil stops coming out the fill plug. So let's go ahead and get the transfer case filled up right now. Transfer case is all finished up. The next thing we are going to move on to is draining the fuel tank and blowing out the fuel lines, putting new gas in the car. I only have 5 gallons here. I just filled up a 5-er, so I'll put that in the car. That should be enough to start it and kind of do some braking stuff and hopefully get it to the gas station, which is probably like 5 miles away. Yeah, let's pull out the rear seat, pull out the fuel tank, and try to siphon the gas out. I think there should be something laying around here, maybe an electric pump or something, because as of right now, the fuel pump doesn't turn on with the car, so we gotta like pull the pump out and siphon it out somehow. And we have a giant mess in the car. Sick. Alright, so we got the fuel pump pulled out. I did end up finding a little pump, like an external pump I can throw in there, and should be able to get all of that gas out. And then I want to blow out the lines as well, so I'll be using this pump right here. Just gotta hook these 2 ends up to the battery, and then that should be able to just pump the gas right out of there. This thing's pretty much like an external fuel pump. I had it backwards at first, but now the thing is just ripping. It'll be like 2 minutes and this thing will probably be empty. Well, the car is back on the ground. It's pretty weird and pretty wild seeing this thing on the ground after it's been up in the air, getting a motor done on it for like the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. Here it is, guys. Still have quite a bit of work to do. The reason I don't have like the bumpers on, skirts on, all that stuff is we have all of this plastic up to peel everywhere. I'll probably end up pulling the fenders off, maybe even the doors off, and yeah, all this plastic up in here we got to get off to make it nice and clean. But engine bay is completely done. The only thing left to do is the strut tower bar, but yeah, literally everything is done and it's ready to go. It'll be 100% ready to go as soon as we get the ETACS unit in the mail, which I believe comes in tomorrow. You're watching this video Wednesday? Yeah, you're watching this video Wednesday, so the unit comes in tomorrow. Hopefully Friday we should have this thing up and running, so pretty stoked. Still waiting on my cams to come in. They're supposed to be here today. UPS is being extra slow. I really want to open those up in today's video for you guys. The cams, springs, and the valve seals are all coming from GSC. Super pumped on that. All right, guys, so here is the current situation, and I definitely was not expecting this. I just made today's video go live, so the video that went live yesterday just went live right now, and I'm already seeing comments. Some dude wrote out some longer paragraph explaining that you cannot buy a used e-tax unit, put it in the car, and recode it, revin it to this Evo 10. So with all that being said, I don't want to go through the hassle of buying a brand new OEM unit. Wait, let's back up a second. The one I bought is used. I bought it used off eBay. It's the proper part number and all that, but I guess I can't recode it to my VIN number. Hold on, let me make it a little bit brighter for you. There we go. So with all that being said, I don't want to go through the hassle of buying a brand new OEM unit, trailering the car over to either Seattle or Tri-Cities, either 2.5 or a 5-hour drive for me, and still having the same problem. So what I think I'm going to do, this may be stupid on my end, but what I think I'm going to do is pull the e-tax unit out of my half-wrapped Evo 10, throw it in this abandoned Evo 10, and if we still have the same problem, I know it's not the e-tax unit, and it is most likely something else. The only thing that I see a problem with is if this e-tax unit is blown, I don't want to pull the one out of my half-wrapped Evo 10, put it in the abandoned Evo 10, and somehow fry my good e-tax unit, because that would leave us with 2 Evo 10s that both need to be trailered to the dealer to get e-tax replaced and then recoded for the VIN. So I hope this isn't a big mistake, but I'm gonna go ahead and send it for the boys. I want to get to the bottom of this problem, and let's hope and freaking pray that we don't fry all the e-tax we have laying around. Well, guys, everything is plugged in. I don't know if this is a big mistake, if I'm going to fry this one as well, or if it's not even fried, but I don't really know. I don't know what else to do right now, honestly. And like I said, this could be a big mistake, but let's go ahead, turn on the ignition, and see what happens. No fan. No fan. Is that a good thing? We're still getting all those lights though. I'm gonna go check some power at the ECU. My heart is like pounding right now. Why are the fans not coming on, but all the other lights are still on? Like my dash is still going crazy, but that may just be because it's programmed for that Evo and not for this one. Should I try to turn it over? I don't know what would happen. I don't think nothing would. I highly doubt it'll turn over, but yeah, it won't turn over. But I think we should have power at the ECU. Let's go check. Or I guess we can just check to see if we have power at these 3 fuses right here. Those are for the ECU, I believe, as well. And we didn't have power at those guys before. So if we do now, we have pinpointed the issue, guys. So we still don't have power at the ECU. We still don't have power out of that blue wire coming from the ECU module thing inside the car. I don't know why the fan's not coming on. Maybe I just maybe the fans came on so many times that they just freaking blew up and don't work anymore. All jokes aside, I honestly do not know what is going on right now. I thought for surely is that ETSACU freaking, I don't know what it's called, but I don't really care right now. I thought that was for surely the problem, but it looks like I put the one out of my Evo 10 that I know is good into this car, and we're still not getting any power whatsoever out of that blue wire. Same exact problem as before, the fans just aren't coming on. So I don't freaking know what to do. I have no clue. I'll show you the one problem that is causing everything. One wire that is not getting power. Come in here. See that blue wire right there with the yellow little speed connector? That blue wire should be getting power at all times, just like my other Evo 10, but that blue wire never gets power. The white one on that connector does, like it should. Blue wire runs into the engine bay though, into the fuse box, and it powers like the fuel pump relay and all the ECU fuses, but it does not get power. Yeah, I'm sure I could jump it to another 12 volt source, but then you risk blowing other stuff up, other relays, other fuses, other ECUs up if you have a different problem and you just start jumping wires around. So if I can figure out why that blue wire right there is not getting power, then this car will run. I totally thought we were getting the cams today, but it turns out these are the Eagle rods for Bobby's motor build. So no cams. Not exactly sure when they are gonna show up. Oh man, I am almost like at my wit's end with this car, guys. I'm honestly contemplating getting the car all finished up. Well, it's pretty much done, but just throwing on like some bumpers or whatnot. Throwing it on the car trailer, just trailing it to the nearest dealer, dropping it off and letting them deal with it, because what has it been? Almost a week now of just straight trying to figure out wiring problems. And there's way more productive stuff I could be doing. There's 2 other Evos that need work that I could be working on. So I don't honestly really know. I am talking with the dealer right now. They had one of like the service advisors message me on Instagram, and I think they may be up in Canada, and he has like 3 or 4 of their techs looking over the videos trying to figure out what is going on with the car. We do have a few good ideas, so in tomorrow's video I will be checking over a few other things on this car. If I can't figure it out within, let's say like tomorrow or maybe the next day, I think I'm just gonna trade it to a dealer, or maybe pay to fly somebody out here and just figure it out, because there's other shit out there I'd be working on right now. Yeah, I don't know, boys. Wish us luck.